Hey guys, Magnus Robert here. So I just watched Daryl Dixon season 2 episode 6. This is going to be another sort of off the cuff video. I could script it, but again, I just feel like we'll just go off the top of my head, and I'll try my best not to ramble too much. Okay, so here's my opinion on the finale. I love aspects of it, and I kind of the pace is off. What's up with the pace? It felt like 2 episodes combined into one. When is it just me? By the midpoint of the episode, Laurent's gone, Ash's gone. All the conflict just deflates instantly because it's like, I guess that cult woman just shoots herself in the head, and I guess everyone else, all the other soldiers are like, oh, I guess it's cool now, whatever, he's gone, so we won't kill the people who are just shooting at us, we'll just leave them be, I guess. Like, they just kind of cut from that scene. It's like, oh, alright, fair enough, I guess we're done with them. Very boring, didn't care about those villains. They have Anna, obviously, is that her name? The Quinn's girlfriend. They have Quinn's girlfriend briefly kind of turn sides against Daryl and all that, and then she looks at a poster of the Eiffel Tower, and she's like, actually, I'm gonna help the boy, and then dies, and it's like, oh, well, that was fucking pointless. Why do we even bother? It's just like, well, they're like, well, fuck, we're leaving France. Shit, we still need to kill her off. It felt like they just wanted to kill all the French people off, right? There was that stupid scene early on in the episode where Falou and Caudron are in that building, and that army lady, I forget her name, the army lady comes in with some men. They kill the men, and the army lady, she has like a brisk sprint away, and then like Falou runs after her, and he's like, she's gone. What the fuck do you mean she's gone? She's halfway down the stairs. You can catch up to her, Falou, don't worry. She wasn't even running very fast. That was dumb. I know I'm being very negative, okay? But I want to get the negatives out of the way. Now, positives. Let's be positive. Breathe in. Okay. Positives. I fucking love the plane sequence. I thought that was cool overall. Although I feel like, why didn't we just have Janae live this long and her be the big bad? I think that would have been better, right? We could have, and I think it would have been quite fitting as well if Janae had been bitten, right? And then after all that, I don't know. Maybe she doesn't shoot herself. Fuck knows. But yeah, it just felt like we went from one villain, and then we were like, no, it's Laurent, and now it's this other Jeanette, or what's her name? Janita, or I don't know how you pronounce it. It's French, okay? Yeah, and then we go to this other woman, and then she's dead as well now, and it was a bit, all the first stuff though, but I like the plane sequence, right? I thought that was pretty cool, like sniping them and all that. I wish it was longer though. Wouldn't it have been so much cooler if like there was different stages, right? Because they don't want to shoot the plane, right? They want to have Laurent and have him get bitten and all that right shit. So why don't we could have like a really tense scene, like they stop the plane and they get it going again, like different waves of people, we could kill off have a few more people on Daryl's side, right, kill a few of them off whilst we're trying to get away in the plane, I thought the scene where Carol, like the reveal, like, oh, Carol's gone, that was a bit jarring. I kind of like it, I like where they were going, the scene itself was a bit weird because the plane was going like full throttle and then suddenly like Carol's just gone and she's killed. But whatever, she's killed the people. Maybe I'm missing the scene. Maybe she wasn't there the whole time in the pilot seat. A bit annoying we didn't get a scene with like Laurent and Ash like landing in the Commonwealth. That could have been, get Carrie Payton back, right? The plane lands. Carrie Payton's like, who the hell, not Carrie Payton. Ezekiel's like, who the hell are you to Ash? And who the hell's this kid? And Ash is like, Carol sent me, Daryl sent me, And Ezekiel's like, oh fuck, okay. That could have been like, I would have liked the little scene tagged on, personally, just so we know. Because there's every possibility the fucking plane just like, I don't know, failed. The engine failed. And they just plummeted into the sea. I mean, that could have happened for all we know. But overall, the first half of the episode, I like it more than I hate it, I guess. There was some dumb stuff there, don't get me wrong. But I think overall, it was okay. Now, the second half of the episode, it felt like we were meandering around a little bit. Suddenly the pace went from like 11 to 2, and we were just meandering around in the middle there after all the conflict was gone. And it was a bit boring, I can't lie. And then we're off to England. Okay, cool. Now, few things. I like how they ended Falou, alright? I don't know when that woman came in, that other woman, the Algerian woman. What was her name? Oh God, it begins with an A. I don't remember exactly. But when the fuck did she come in? Was she been there the whole time? I don't remember, to be honest. She's not a very memorable character. But regardless, I liked what they did with Fulu and her. I thought that was really cute, right? I liked how they had a build up to it at the start of the episode. He doesn't have a reason to stay in France. He's kind of wants to get away from it. And I like his little backstory with his racist neighbor who came and brought them the child. I thought that was fucking brilliant. Like, Fulu is unironically the best character in this show. Like, unironically, the way they ended it, where he like turns around, that was fucking touching. I think that was like the most emotional moment in this show so far for me, like generally. And it's just a man fucking deciding to, pursue a relationship. But I fucking love that scene. I thought it was so well done. And Fulu, fucking best character in this show by far, right? He's better than Daryl. I'm not even joking. I generally no, maybe not. I don't know. But in terms of the new characters, I think Fulu is actually the best. He hasn't got much. He doesn't have the most amount of story, but at least he feels consistent, right? He's consistent. He's not like a major character, but yeah, I mean, overall, I've really liked what they've done with Flu. I think it's been very good. So then we go into the tunnel with the Scots. I like all the English bashing, like where we're saying England is shite. I like all that. Very, very, very good. I agree with it. I like how we had some Scottish people and not some English people. And then I like the little French jabs to Caudron. Those were good too, right? Because the French aren't much better than the English, so we have to equal bashing for all. But it turns out the Scottish people were arseholes. Damn. So yeah. I guess not good representation of Scotland. Very, very upsetting. Okay, it felt like I feel how the Greenland people feel. What they call Greenish, the Greenish people, the Danish people who live in Greenland feel. Okay, well I guess they probably identify as Greenlandish. What is it? Greenlanders? I don't know. I see how the Greenlanders feel now because they killed those Scottish people. They turned out to be assholes. Very upsetting. All the hallucination stuff, all the new cool zombies, the fluorescent zombies with all the fungi underneath them, fucking awesome. Really loved that. Really eerie. Really, the atmosphere was cool, and I think using that, using the hallucinations to kind of get to Carol's kind of character arc through her grief, I fucking loved. I thought that was really cool. Now, who played Sophia? I don't know if it was Madison Lintz. Maybe I should have looked in the credits. Oh no, there is no Madison Lintz in the credits. Okay, so it wasn't Madison Lintz. It was just a look at. It would have been cool if they got Madison Lintz, right? And Carol was like, "Oh my god, you've grown." I don't know. That would have been cool. But whatever. Whatevs. And the stuff with Daryl and Isabel, and then seeing his grandfather, I've really loved that too. And then that kind of that spurs him on to kill the Scottish people, and then they head over to England. Bit of a dick tease though that we don't get to see England. Although the two Scottish people said that England had things down pretty tight pretty quickly, so that's interesting. Maybe they're gonna go there. Now I know season 3 is meant to be in Spain, so how the fuck did we get from England to Spain? I'm not sure, but maybe there's a boat. And the boat stops off in Spain, which wouldn't make much sense if you know what geography is like, but whatevs, we'll have to see. So overall, what are my sort of thoughts of this season and this episode? So this episode, I don't know, maybe I'd give it maybe a 6. There's a lot of stuff I love, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of stuff that pisses me off as well, and I think a 6 is probably a fair score. There's some really cool scenes in here. I love the shit in the tunnel, but it does feel like they've got 2 really good episodes here, and they've just combined them together with some meandering in the middle between them two, right? That's what it kind of feels like. I feel like the second part of this episode could have been like a really good fucking premiere, or aside from wrapping up all the Sophia stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. How would you fix this? The only other thing I can think of is if we wrap up the Laurent stuff in the previous episode, right? Which actually they could have done, because that episode 5 didn't really do much. There were not much really happened in that episode. That felt like meandering too. So maybe they could have wrapped it up in that episode, and then we do the whole tunnel stuff and leaving France in episode 6. But whatever, it's a bit of a weird, pacey, weird mess of an episode, but there's definitely some great stuff in here. I think overall it's a positive, don't get me wrong. And then as a season as a whole, listen, I do think this season was probably better than season 1. Only because season 1 was so fucking boring. Now, I'll have to rewatch season 1, and we'll see if my opinion stays. I don't know how close was I paying attention to season 1, I'm not sure. And this happens with me sometimes, right? I'll watch a Walking Dead episode, and like for the first time, and I won't like it, and I'll kind of hate on it. And then I'll rewatch it and my opinion changes. So maybe season 1 my opinion will change. Maybe season 2 my opinion will change. But I think overall, I think I prefer season 2 to season 1. I think there's more things I liked in season 2. I think it was more interesting, although sometimes it was comical. Sometimes it was a bit silly. Sometimes it was a bit like the writing was a bit weird. I think I probably prefer season 2 just because at the very least I wasn't bored out of my mind. Season 1 I remember being very bored. But again, maybe I'll have to rewatch and maybe actually I will have a new appreciation for season 1 in the future. Who knows? What else do I want to say? There's not really much more. I'm excited. I hope we see a little bit of England at least because that could be cool. But overall, I think the season's probably... I don't know, I'd have to work out like what my average score of each episode would be. Maybe it's like a 5 or a 6 out of 10, probably for the entire season. Yeah. But anyway, that's my review of the finale and I guess the whole season of Daryl Dixon. I hope you've enjoyed these little reviews that I do. I plan to do them for Dead City too. You know, I think just not scripting them and kind of going off the cuff might be better because it means that the videos don't take me as long to do. And that way... as well, I'm a bit more motivated to make them, right? Because if there's less effort, I'm not bothered on the views, but people, how many people watch it and all that. But yeah, let me know if you prefer the sort of more high quality version of these reviews, or you're cool with just these sort of low effort ones. But anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye. Little note on the end. What they did with Caudron, where Caudron was like, Michelle, and he ran away. That was annoying. For a second, I thought they were going to kill him, but low-key, because he was going insane. But low-key, I don't know if I would actually prefer that to him just, running away, because I feel like we're never, ever going to see Caudron again now. Unless, somehow he's in Season 3. But, whatever. Whatever, I guess. Whatever. He's running after Michelle, whatever his name was. Yeah. Also, I was going to complain, it's a bit annoying that Carol's talking all this about Sophia, but she doesn't mention Henry, because, Henry wasn't her biological son, but she did, raise Henry for, 7, 8 years, right? And that's still kind of, you'd have, a big connection to that, to someone like that, too, even if they aren't your own. But then she does name drop Henry, and she also name drops Lizzie, but she doesn't name drop Mika! Where's the fucking justice for Mika?